Story of Perseus, Part 3, Help from the Gods. Perseus had no idea how he was going to carry out his task, but he was given help by Hermes and Athena, who were his half-brother and half-sister. Hermes gave Perseus a sharp sickle with which to cut off the Gorgon's head. Athena gave him a shiny bronze shield and some good advice. Firstly, she told him never to look directly into the eyes of the Gorgon, or he would be turned to stone. And secondly, she told him to seek out the Graii for further help. The Graii were the sisters of the Gorgons. Part 4. The Graii and the Stygian Nymphs. At the edge of the world, near to where the giant Atlas stood, holding up the heavens, Perseus found the Graii. They were 3 hideous old hags who only had one eye and one tooth between them. They were also the only people who knew how to find the nymphs of the river Styx, and Athena had told Perseus that these nymphs had the rest of the weapons he would need to defeat Medusa. Perseus crept up on the Graii and stole their eye. He refused to give it back until they told him where to find the Stygian nymphs. The Stygian nymphs, who were as beautiful as the Graii were ugly, were happy to help Perseus in his task. They gave him 3 gifts. The first gift was a pair of winged sandals, so that he could escape from the Gorgons. The second gift was a magic pouch in which to carry the severed head of Medusa. The third gift was a cap that made him invisible, so that the Gorgons would not see him coming and would not be able to pursue him when the deed was done. Perseus was now as ready as he ever would be. Part 5. The Killing of Medusa. When Perseus arrived on the island where Medusa lived with her 2 sisters, he found hundreds of statues. These were people who had looked into Medusa's eyes and been turned to stone. Even though he was wearing the cap of invisibility, Medusa seemed to know that Perseus was there, and she tried to charm him into looking at her. Perseus remembered the advice that Athena had given him and looked only at her reflection in the shield. Medusa was horrible to behold, with hands and wings of bronze, a huge lolling tongue and pig's tusks. Her hair was a nest of hissing, poisonous snakes. Perseus was terrified, but he moved closer and closer until he was near enough to take a swipe at her with the sickle that Hermes had given him. He cut her head clean off, and from her headless neck sprang the winged horse, Pegasus. Stuffing her severed head into his special pouch, he made his escape, and as he passed by Atlas, he took pity on the poor giant and showed him the head. Atlas was immediately turned into a range of mountains.